What's happening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and get into the final track off of Nighttime over here. And that is going to be the final track here, which is 80s. Now, 80s I actually have heard. I have heard this song, but seeing as it's the last track on the album and we're here, like, we might as well finish the album properly. I want to say it was a few years ago that I had on Spotify like a random 80s, I want to say it was like an 80s new wave like soundtrack or playlist or whatever it was. And I remember this song coming on and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I didn't look at who it was or anything, but I clearly remember 80s, da, 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 or whatever. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and listen to the track. We'll talk about it a little bit after. And then from there, who knows where we'll go. I'll be honest, like after we listen to this and we finish this album, when we listen to the band again, I'm probably going to go back to their first album since a lot of you have suggested going backwards. But I gotta tell you, this album cover just looks so cool from the band and makes me want to listen to it. And I'll be honest, I was sitting here reading a little bit about it. Like, they have a 9-minute track on this one. Like, can I listen to this before we go back to their first album? Because it just seems so cool. But for now, 80s, that's what we're gonna do. This particular moment. Hope you guys are having a lovely one out there. Thank you as always for being here and for joining me on the channel as we went through this album. Let's go ahead and listen to it. We'll talk about it after. Here we go. Sounds so good. I love that drum pattern, so it just hits. Back to that driving bass drum. That comes through. It's a helicopter in this. 80s is a super energetic way to put down the album at this particular point. I love that drum groove, just that constant onslaught. Bum, bum, ticka, 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 ba, da, ba, bum, bum, ticka, ticka. And then I love how the guitar is so atmospheric and distorted, but like layered and just drenched in like a lot of like, I don't know, echo and distortion or whatever they're using. I don't know. But like I like how that atmospherically just kind of swirls around this song. Like it's that driving riff, but at the same time it just kind of has this really cool atmosphere among it. The bass sounds great. Like I said, the bass and the drums are what drives everything. And that guitar helps drive it, but it's more of a atmospheric passenger in this track. And then the singing, I think, is so direct, sounds so good. When he screams and lets go, it sounds so great. And then from the beginning with the drum coming in, you knew like it had the feeling for some chants, and you eventually get some oi, oi, or whatever, like, you know, you get some drive to it. And I think that sounds so cool. Never really looked into the lyrics, but I guess I always assumed it was just about the 80s and how great they were, sure. But let's go ahead and look at the lyrics here. 80s, I'm living in the 80s. I have to push, I have to struggle. 80s, get out of my way, I'm not for sale no more. 80s, let's kamikaze till we get there. And we sing, you do it this way. 80s, by day we run, by night we dance. 80s, I'm in love with the coming race. I've got the best, I'll take all I can get. I'm living for the 80s. I mean, I'll be honest, we'll look at the Wikipedia article here as well, but I'm pretty sure it's just talking about the 80s and the best and the worst. It was the best times, it was the worst times. Living in the 80s, I struggle. I'm living in the 80s, push, push, struggle. Like he's struggling, he's pushing, he's doing all he can just to survive in the 80s. There were some good times, there were some not as great times. It says that the song had been premiered during a 3-track live performance on The Tube in 1983, and upon its release, it reached number 60 on the UK singles chart. It says that a snippet of it was used for the sitcom That 80s Show. It was used for a party scene in the movie Weird Science, which, of course, Oingo Boingo, which we just listened to here on the channel. It's used as a theme song for Investigation Discovery. Never heard of it. It's been in a few places, basically. Let's see, they had a music video. It shows the band performing the song while frontman Jazz Coleman stands in front of a microphone stand which has the U.S. flag draped over it. Behind him, the flag of the Soviet Union can be seen. This performance is intercut with stock footage of Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, Leonard Brezhnev, and a bunch of other people. Goes on from there. A bunch of things that were relevant in the 80s there. Seems like. It says the song Come As You Are by Nirvana featured a riff similar to 80s. Nirvana and their management company Gold Mountain were unsure about releasing this. I guess I can see that. As you are. I can see it. I can see it. And were unsure about releasing that song as a single from their album Nevermind. Danny Goldberg later revealed that we couldn't decide between Come As You Are and In Bloom. Cobain was nervous about Come As You Are because it was too similar to a Killing Joke song, but we all thought it was still the better song to go with. And he was right. Killing Joke later did complain about it. I can hear where it would come from. I can hear the correlation there. It says after they released the single, Killing Joke claimed the main guitar riff of Come As You Are plagiarized the riff of 80s. But according to Rolling Stone, they did not file a copyright infringement lawsuit because of personal and financial reasons. However, conflicting reports such as Kerrang have stated differently. And it goes on from there. Either way, cool song. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to the album with me. Like I said, we'll probably go back and listen to the first one, even though like I really want to listen to like at least one song from that Hosanna's album, just because it looks so cool. But hey, that's just me. You know, some songs I want to do. Anyways, hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.